Hi there, it's Tania from Tatty Treasures. Hello, I'm here to do another episode in the Botanicals. So today we're going to make some Franken pages. Didn't have a lot of scraps to start with, so what I've done to kind of get more scraps, these were scraps because I've been making envelopes with this kit from Susan Taylor Brown at Poppiness. And some of these other things, but these are like kit pages. I've had to like go through my folders, and you know how you've kind of ripped half off because you've used it for something and you've got a load of halves. So I've just cut some of those up and some backing papers and things. So as you can see, I've cut everything into squares and rectangles and things for the Franken pages. So I'm going to leave that pile over there so my dust doesn't get too messy and I can't see what I'm doing. I've got the little paper trimmer at the side of me just in case I need the pieces to be smaller. I've sorted out these big things. These have been in my stash a while and I always pull them out and they're always too big, so I thought they'd be good to use. Same with those, then some other bits and pieces. So that's those, which I won't need until the last part. So I'm going to do it on some craft paper. I think this is, I'm going to do it on the duller page. There's a more shinier side and a duller side, so I'm going to stick it down to the duller side. So I've got my new mat on. Very, very reasonable, this mat, and just the right size for me. It's brown on the other side. Not like that makes any difference. I think people buy it because of the measurements. I bought it because of the colour. So on this side it's centimetres, on the other side it's inches. So what I'm going to do is just stick. Basically it's just like doing a jigsaw, and then I will go all around the pieces with my sewing machine. You don't have to do that part at all, but basically all it is just filling every part of it. I've done it on A4. I did contemplate doing it on like brown paper roll and doing it in, you know, big pieces, but then I thought, well, I want to sew it, so I'm gonna have to then cut it down to sew it. So I thought doing it on A4 would be a little bit more manageable for the sewing machine. So I'm gonna try and go like overlap it slightly, just so if I make envelopes with it, well, I mean it's going to be sewn anyway, but if you wasn't sewing it, and then you know these bits could all stick up when you're using it, so I would try and overlap it a little bit. So I'm gonna, well, let's see if I've got a thinner, but I'm gonna just take a little bit off of that, and that can go there. So I really like doing this kind of stuff. Today was one of those days where I want to do something. I've just been doing the Tim Holtz altered file folders, which you've obviously got to think about each step, and you know, if you do that, what's that going to look like, and all the rest of it. So I did want to craft today. I just didn't want to do anything what was going to require any brain power. So I just thought something nice and easy, because we've just done all the stamping and the stenciling. So I think next we shall do bases. After bases, we're going to go on to fabrics, and I have been writing a list of all the things, and I'm going to start off with fabrics because they're the thing that I'm least confident with, and I think if I don't do them at the beginning, I probably won't skip it completely, but I probably wouldn't do it as many of them, because it'd be like, well, I've got all these episodes, I only need to do a couple of fabric things and that's it. And for me, I need to work with fabrics a little bit more, because they are something I do avoid working with. And I did the Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodahs mass make last week, and that was hand sewing fabric ruffles, and I'd put it off the whole week. It was like the first video that went up, but it was the last video that I filmed for that week, because I'd put it off and put it off, and I was absolutely dreading it, because I thought it's just gonna, I mean, I don't mind not getting things right on camera. That really doesn't bother me at all, because I'm learning, and if I can show, I'm gonna, anything with any pattern, that kind of pattern, I'm gonna leave till the end. Yeah, it's like I'm learning, and I know, you know, there's lots of people of all different levels that watch. So there'll be people who have seen Franken pages a million times. There'll be people who's never seen it before. There'll be people who've seen it before and wasn't interested at that point, but now is, because I find that a lot. I watch videos on YouTube, and if I'm not quite, same as like, you know, by the end of the year, I want to feel confident enough to make a lap book. And I've watched, you know, lots of videos on lap books and that, but I've not really taken it in because I'm not ready to learn that yet. And I can't fill my brain of things that I'm not ready for at the moment, because I just don't have much storage in there, to be quite honest. So yeah, I think sometimes it's about seeing the right project at the right time for you, for whatever you're doing at that point. So yeah, back to the fabrics. I was really dreading doing the ruffles. I thought I'm going to be spending half the time threading needles and, you know, just making a right hash, and I thought it probably won't even work, you know, it'll probably all fall to bits and all the rest of it. But it was so easy and I really enjoyed it. It was so relaxing. So I am going to be doing that again in the Botanicals, and I will experiment a bit more with different fabrics and different thicknesses and things. So yeah, I'm liking that. Yeah, I obviously haven't really thought about where I'm putting anything. It has been rather random. I'll say it's not worth agonising over. Now, what will I do with all these sheets, I hear you say? So what I will do with them is lots of different things. And before I sew them, I need to kind of make sure I know what I'm doing with them. So I will keep some in this form, and I will make some notebooks with them because I think they make really great covers. So they will be fine to sew all around. Some of them I will chop in half and make some envelopes. I could use some sections to make some little like ephemera folders and things like that. But for tags, what I'm going to do is cut some sections first, cut out the tags and then sew around, because if I've sewn it all and then I'm cutting all these sections, I'm going to have to cut into the stitching and it just gets a little bit tough. So that's the first one. So I'll just leave that over there to dry. So again, I'm going to start off with quite a big piece. You'll notice I've not inked, and what I'm going to do is at the end I'm going to get one of my the ink brushes, which is makeup brushes, and just ink all around it, because obviously I could have sat and inked every single piece of this paper, but if we're covering a lot of the edges up, I could have inked them all and not actually see any of them. So that would have been a total waste of my time. Some of this, what I'm putting on, is card. Some of it is just regular copy paper. Some of it is newsprint paper. And some of it is scrapbook paper. So we have got all different gone off the edge, not off the edge, I wasn't on the edge. Yeah, so all different thicknesses of paper. That's what I'm trying to say, but I was like that. Yes, I was fighting with the paper. So these ones are on newsprint paper, and this is an ephemera kit from Lorna at Taylormadejournals. So that's that. I think I'll have that up there. Like so. I think we'll have that leaf print up there. Let's think about, I'm going to want something brown again across the top. So I'll bring that over so it's not flush with that. So I'll put that up there. So I hope everybody is all right. It's a drizzly, dark, grey day here. So I don't think it energises you much, does it, when it's just dark and drizzly. I think those papers are from the Nature's Remedies, and the square one is from Tracie Fox's Archives. So, I mean, this is good for when you've printed out as well, full kits and you've not used them all. I could have that way. I don't have to be. I'm going to say I've not meant to stay the right way. Imagine that's not the right way. I'm going to say it. I've not gone the right way on purpose. I think your brain just goes the right way when you're not thinking so much, because obviously you've put things the right way for years, haven't you? So I think it's an automatic thing. So I have to think about putting things sideways and upside down and stuff, because if I not cut that straight, so I'm stuck. I'm stuck to the page. Yeah, I've just got a little edge here that I don't suppose it'll matter because it'll be stitched down there anyway. So that's number 2. So I've done 2 in around 10 minutes. So that's not bad at all. These are some of the backing papers that I used on the Tim Holtz folios. They're from the paper pack Die Cut with a View. But yeah, did I finish that about when you've done a project and you've printed like the whole kit out and you've got 2 pages of this left, 2 pages of something else left. So yeah, I often put those in my scrapbox ready for doing things like this, because it's a way of using, you know, those random pieces up. And I suppose like if you've got some scrapbook paper that you're not that keen on, but you know, cut up and just have here, there and everywhere, especially with the kind of stripe papers and stuff, I think sometimes the whole page of striped can be far too much, but a little bit here and there you know, looks really nice. So put that we'll do that. No, we'll go into it a bit because there's a lot of green there, isn't there? Just thinking if this one does end up with tags. The only thing is, if you are using big pieces, if you are then using them as tags and you cut them up, you've not got a lot of variety in each of the tag. So if I chop that there, the first one would just have a little corner of that, a bit of that and that. So this is the 3rd one now. I've done big, isn't it? So I'll probably do a couple. In fact, I'll do another one big and then I'll do a couple with small pieces, and then that will give variation when it's cut up for tags. So I can't remember who that digital eco paper's from. It's like a digital of handmade paper. I think it might be from Digital Curo. It was a kit that I bought when I first started. Excuse me. So we've got some of Lorna's wallpaper, Taylormadejournals. I think this is, well, it's definitely the vintage set, and I've got set 1 and 2, so it's from, yep, from one of those. I don't know why I'm trying to get that, because I'm going to be covering it over. Right, I think we need some more browns on here, because obviously I am going to be decorating it with botanicals, so I don't want too much green in the background. So I did want to have mainly browns. So this is some stamp, it's sort of a stamp collector's book. So the grid, I'm guessing, is to, you know, put your stamps on all level. Serious stampers. And Ali, the Cockney Crafter, sent me that. So I really like it. So that can go there. No, I think it's a bit too liney. What else have we got? We've got some music. This is actually a wrapping paper. Got that there. Let's just put that down first. So I will give these time to all dry before I start trying to cut them up and sew them and things like that. So I could have that way. Now I feel like we've done too much on the side. No, not keen on that. I'm going to say I've not got a lot of variety because, like I say, I haven't got a lot of scraps because we've just started the Botanicals. So that can go there. So that's that one. It's all stuck up. Right, so we'll do another one quite biggish. So I'll start with one of these ones. Yep, sorry. I just caught it with my elbow. Right, let's get a bit of this in. Don't know why I've started now thinking. I think once you start thinking, then it's hard to bring yourself back to not thinking. Don't know if it's because I'm getting less on the papers and I'm thinking, right, I need some small bits to do the ones for the tags. And yeah, I think it was as soon as I said about the tags, it was like, right. Which is a shame because it's a lot better when you're not thinking. Oh, and I'm obviously thinking as well to lay some on the sides. So I've given myself two pressures. Right, we could get that lined in now. I'm not keen on the line laid down like that. Put that over here. So I think what I'll do is when I've done them, I'll pause for a little while, let them dry, and then I'll come back and just do a little bit of sewing on the machine and just show you what I do. I think I'll go more there. Yeah. Looks like it's really got texture in that. It's as if you could feel it. So I think we'll have some green. But yeah, I didn't rip any book pages up. Oh, I'd got a little bit of book pages left, hadn't I, from doing those envelopes. Let's get some of this in. We'll go straight up there. Be careful not to rip my paper as I bring it up because it is quite sticky. So that's that. And what do we want across here? Let's have a look at something that we've not used on here. Could have that there. Yeah, I prefer it like that. So I'm going to stick it on and then I will cut the edge off after. Yeah, fingers stuck. Oh, I don't need to. I'll just do that. So that's that one. Right, I'm going to do a couple of smaller ones now. So I don't mind having a whole strip of book page on, if that was ended up being the back of your tag. So that's that. Have some writing. Oh, I've got a little bit there. I'll overlap that. Like that. Then I think I'll have that there. That will just finish that piece. I bet you the tops will probably get wasted, because if I'm doing them kind of like that, so that's like 30 centimeters. I might get like four big tags from it. Can't have that like that. Over the top. Like so. And get a bit of the handmade paper in. It's supposed to be going small, tiny, small. Have that. I'm going to bring that in so it's not so much lined. So bring that in about there. Right. Perhaps bring that in there. Yeah, I'm still going big, aren't I? Yes, you are. Right. I think I'm going to put that in my tub too. I'm going to put that there. Should put it there. Could go there. No, because we've already said that that may not get into it. So, and that can go there. Right, I want to pretty much stay clear of the green, because like I say, I will be sticking in hindsight, I wish I'd have perhaps just cut it in sections, not cut the tops off or anything, just so I could actually see. But I suppose then that's not random, is it? That's you've put quite a bit of thought into it. I think I'm going to take that all the way to break that up. just suddenly gone really hungry. And you get that, oh, my belly's empty kind of feeling. But yeah, I'm not going to bother filling the top points in. Mind you, I could, because then I could use it as a belly band and stuff like that. So with that in mind, I might just put a bit of green across the top. Let's just cut a bit of this down. So if I put that across there, like so, and then I'll put that green at the top, and then yeah, that could be made into, or it could be the back of a cluster or something. So that's that. Where are we now? Let's have a bit more. I don't think I've got anything else patterned. Oh, I've got this. Let's get this in. So that can just fit there. I feel like this one's took the longest. So yeah, as soon as you start thinking about it. So that's that. What's these? Green, 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 green. Put those over there. Shall we get that butterfly in? I don't know. I'll leave that a minute. Oh, I just had a good piece. Just flew at my hand. Right, that can go there. So I think these pieces are from another die cuts with a view pad. It was an 8x8 pad. I think that was one of the first pads that I brought. No, I'm not fancying the baking paper on it. So that'll be fine up there because it's not going to go into the same tag. I'll put that across there, like so. I think I'll just have enough papers just to do another, because I did bring 6 pieces of A4 craft over. I've got a feeling my door's gonna go. Just had a van pull up. I don't think I'm really expecting anything. I've not been ordering it as much. I'm trying to not spend as much, especially at the beginning of the year. You know, because all we've done for the past few months is spend with Christmas and so forth. And I did treat myself at the end of the year, and I spent like all the Patreon money and stuff on things like, I suppose you would call it equipment, wouldn't you? To try out this year. So I had a bit of a splurge, and yeah, obviously, you know, I've been on furlough, so I have to take a cut in wages. So yeah, I'm trying to be a bit careful, but it doesn't sound like they're coming here anyway. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's do another one, and let's not make a big song and dance out of it. So I'm going to start by cutting some of these down. Let's cut one of these like so. Yep. That's that one. Cut another one of those, but that way. I think I'm going to have to pull out some music paper and book paper because it feels a bit weird not having any on there. I think I've just skidded some book paper across there. So let's do that way. Let me just see if I've got anything else in my collage folder what's started off. Don't really want to use brown paper on top of brown paper. Could use a bit of piano paper. Right, I'm actually looking for a bit of book page. Got no music paper. I have. It's in. Oh, I have. It's. I'm going to say I've got a book of it, but yeah, I've not got any in my collage folder apart from this piece. Right, put those over there. So I'm going to start this one with the music paper up the side. Look at this beautiful music paper. The colour is fabulous. So it's really old. I've used all that up now. I bought a mixed pack from somebody. I forget what shop it is. It's not somebody I really know. They just messaged me on Instagram and said, oh, I've got some paper packs, would you be interested? So I just had a look at the shop and yeah, they've got some really old music paper, so I thought, yes, I'll have one of those. And I think I favoured the shop, but I think that's all they possibly sell, so I've never seen you know, this shop has a new item or something, so I've never like gone back to the shop. I suppose I could go back in my Instagram messages, but yeah, at the time I think it was the first lockdown, and the music book that I normally buy which I don't know if I've put that in my Amazon link or not. I'll have a look, because if I haven't, I shall put that in the shop storefront thing, because I got it from Amazon, and like the first time I got it, obviously I didn't know if it was going to be any good, or have I just ripped that off? No, it's still there. Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to be any good. And it was, so that's the one that I've just continued to I can't move my fingers. Oh, now I've had to put my finger back on it to release the other one. So yeah, I've just stuck with the same one. It's a nice size. It's a nice thickness. And it's not very patinaed, but it has got a nice aged colour to it. I'm going to go in a bit because it's all a bit in straight lines. Yeah, I think I'm only just going to manage to fill this one. So yeah, I've used quite a lot of, obviously I can't just say there was scraps because there was part pages of digitals, but you know, they probably would have sat in my folder forever. So I still do think it is a good way of using those things up. Right, let's have a little bit more music paper. What do we want? We'll have a piece like that. Yep, I think that sounds better. I'll put another bit of piano paper down because obviously we've nearly covered it. So yeah, not only has it used scraps up, it's obviously now I've got six bases to do things with, which is awesome. Just put that one up there and that will finish that strip off. And sometimes, you know, sometimes your printer goes balmy, doesn't it? And well, it's really, you've gone balmy and press print about 6 times. That's what I'm normally doing. Then I come back upstairs and I've got about 100 things printed out and you're like, oh my goodness, I only wanted, you know, 6 pages and you've got like 10 copies of each one. Oh yeah, I've done that a few times. So yeah, I'm sure we all, even, you know, where your printers, where you're running out of ink, so the print quality is not very good. And things like that, or when you've not put them in straight and they're either too wonky or the printers squash some of your paper. Might as well take that all the way over. And again, I bet people have got a million book pages. I don't know why I struggled for book page, because the pages that have been taken out of the altered book, I've actually got them on the notice board next to me, and I keep forgetting they're there. Yeah, I've been doing all right remembering that the card what I've been recycling to use, but yeah, I keep forgetting to reach for the book pages. So yeah, really like that one. Right, I'm going to pause for a little while because suddenly time has trotted on, and I'll wait for these to dry a bit. Okay, I'm going to cut these at 7 centimetres, which is nearly 3 inches. And I will get 4 across. So I don't think that's a bad size. And that one will be thicker. I think that can be a journal card. So let's do it around there. So those two can be journal cards. How tall do I want these? I think I'll do them at wherever. See, I'm not overly impressed with that top bit. So if I cut it there, say that's one tag. That one, I'll prefer it that way. and I'll cut it off there, so that's a bit taller, and that's a bit boxy, isn't it? Might run that down the edge because it looks very square. So I'm guessing that was one of the ends. So that can go there. That just breaks it up from looking so boxy, and I'll cut that off there. I'm going to save these. I saved some from the Woodlands as well because I think they'll make decent like bases for clusters and things. Right, so this is a second one. So we'll do 7. I did say 7, didn't I? 7. And 7. 7, and then again make this into journal cards. So I'm going to take it there. So that's those two. Let's have a look where's best to cut these. I prefer the bottom, but then, oh yeah, if I cut that off there, I'm going to say there's a lot going off at the top. So that's that one. I just think that might look weird once you've put a flower on, so I am going to go there. So yeah, really like those. That's exactly how I wanted them, just beige, you know, just a neutral background to start on. So that's those. I'm going to leave the video where it is because we have gone on to nearly 50 minutes. I don't think I'm going to sew around these ones because I just think if you've sewn all around it, it's going to be quite chunky, and then I'm going to be sticking things over the top. They do, well, I will have to obviously go around with my glue and stick bits down, and I've only done these on like 100 GSM, so for me they're not thick enough, so do need to back them on something, and I will just keep these in my stash, and when we get round to making some tags and journal cards, we've got some bases ready. Like I say, I'm going to save those and we'll use those up at some point. Now let's just have a quick look at these before I go. Let's just put the needle in. Right. Okay, so the first two, I'm going to think these are going to be ones that I cut down for envelopes. So I would cut through the middle and then just do the folding down and the folding up. So I just want to add some interest because, you know, I'm not going to be collaging over the top. I'll probably put something on the flap of the envelope, but apart from that there's not going to be any kind of decoration going on them. So I'm thinking if we just put a bit of interest on there, then that will be better. So I'm thinking that they would go that way. So you've got to think that this would probably be your back and this would be what you folded up, like so. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to go trim these, and then we can see exactly where to kind of arrange things, because it's waste time sticking a load of things on if we're then not gonna see them. Right, so I've just cut one in half and just folded them just to show you what I meant. I didn't think I was being very clear. They all do need tidying up and stuff. So if I stick something like that on the front, so I shall just glue just below the band. And then it just means you've got some, you know, more decorative pieces on what's showing. So I'll cut that piece off. And I will still take these to the sewing machine and sew around them. So that's that piece. Like I say, they all do want straightening up, and then we probably want something I feel like I want to really hide that join there, but then it just makes it that there's even more joins. So I like that there. So yeah, and then I could still put a little fussy cut or whatever as I use them. Now I am just going to put something at the back, because obviously at this point we don't know how we're going to use this piece. So I'm thinking just put something, I think I'll just cut that there and then just stick that there, and then if it does end up being something that's pinned in, you've got something of interest, and obviously you can then decorate it more. So that's that one. So what I will do, I will sew, well first I will straighten it all up. I'll stick down any bits that are sticking up, then I will go all the way round, and then I will go, you know, try and follow the line. I might miss some of the lines out, but I will try as much as possible to go around the line, and then I'll see how I feel, but I may then stick another piece over the top, one so it's not lumpy and bumpy, and you know, so you can't see the sewing. So I'll probably put I mean, I could even just line it with baking paper, which yes, I think I will do that, because I don't need any more thickness. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with those. Let's just do this one, and then we can all trot off. I've obviously done them different. The other one had quite a long flap. This is longer at the front, at the, you know, at the, so I like that across there. So we'll stick that on. Now I must get into the habit of every time I've had this mat down, cleaning it, before anything sticks on it forever. bring that down like so, and then I'll have some kind of, I think I have some quite big ones. Yep. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I'll just stick that there. Like so. Out of those, I'm just going to keep one as an actual cover, so I'll be able to make some more envelopes. So I think for the cover one, let's have a look. So that would be your front. Obviously, I would do the same kind of thing on this. I would place things, or I could have this, and I think I prefer the other one as a cover, so I will cut that one down as well. So I've ended up with 6 envelopes, 6 tags, 4 journal cards, and a cover. So that's not bad out of stuff that we probably was never using. So that's me for now. Sorry if it's been a bit, I felt as if it went chaotic towards the end. And so I think it started off well and then my head kind of went. I don't know why, but I do think it's because I'm hungry. It just goes to show you. Right, I'm going. Bye for now.